What was it about Purdue that brought you here?
Well, when I come on visit, I think on the Saturday I sort of went through everything, the process, and meeting all the coaches, the support staff, the strength coaches, academics. They're all on the same page, so it made my decision pretty easy. Like once I got to meet them all, it was like that Saturday I committed straight away. So yeah.
So sort of describe your style. Well, what are they going to ask you to do here?
Well, last year predominantly rugby or Aussie rules sort of rollout, sort of punts, and I think this year we'll sort of mix it up. We'll go traditional rollout. We'll do a few different sort of punts. So it'll be a bit of everything. So they're asking me to practice a bit of everything, and hopefully that's what I'll do on game day.
When it comes to holding, obviously you got 3 kickers. Do they all kind of want things differently? Want things held differently?
Most of them are the same, but yeah, some kickers you come across are maybe slight tilt or different with the flash, or their cadence is different. They might give a head nod, or they might say something. You'll be like, I can't hear you, like say it louder. But yeah, most of them are the same. So I can't really complain with that.
Is it one of the bigger adjustments for those of you who come from Australia, having to learn that kind of aspect of the game that probably wasn't something you practiced considerably?
Yeah, it was. We practiced it, but it was more of a hand snap when we were back home, and then getting a live snap, being timed, everything with the operation and everything. It's completely different to anything I was used to before I come over here, and something that I had to work on over time. Like it was pretty rough when I first started, so over time it's gotten better.
How much is there sort of like a fraternity or a network with all the Australian guys who have come over here? Because there's a lot of programs have you guys.
Yeah, well, like the pro kick guys that have come through, Nathan Chapman, John Smith, and the rest of the coaches over there, everyone sort of knows of everyone. If that makes sense. And if you see someone, if you're playing against someone, you'll go say g'day before the game and after the game and get a handshake and all that. So there is a family in a way. And when we go back home, you'll meet them. When you go to practice, there'll be a few other boys and you'll be like, what's going on, and have a chat, and it's all pretty good with the rest of them.
When people find out you're from Australia here, what's usually the first question you get?
Well, down in the SIP, it was pretty different. That some people didn't actually believe I was from Australia. And, my mates come over and visited me, and people didn't know where Australia was, so it was like they were shocked as well, and they always ask the questions about the spiders and all that sort of stuff. But that's the only thing they see on TikTok, and that when you go out and you see people out and about, it's like you get picked out straight away.
Jack Ansell used to have Vegemite sent to him. Do you have any Vegemite?
No, I haven't got Vegemite in the pantry or the fridge. Did have Tim Tams at one point back when I was with my old roommate back at the state. But yeah, no Vegemite. I haven't got hold of that while I've been over here.
How often did you encounter deadly animals? Is it like a daily basis? You want to dispel the myth of...
I was from Melbourne, so I was from the city, so okay. I probably saw a snake maybe once or twice. So it's a fairly big myth, and all this TikTok sort of stuff puts it out of proportion. So yeah.
I would imagine pretty big culture difference from Australia to Mississippi. What's the transition from Mississippi to Indiana been like?
Yeah, well, that was the first place I landed when I come from Australia, was Starkville, Mississippi. And that was a fairly big shock. Yeah, I had a few things said to me. So, but yeah, Indiana's completely different from the SIP, and it's far closer to home. You got big cities only 2 hours up the road, and the SIP is completely different kettle of fish. It's fairly different.
When's the last time?
Is that what they call it down there?
Stark Vegas or the SIP. Yeah, Stark Vegas. It's not really. Yeah, it's a big catfish.
When's the last time you were home?
I went home for Christmas. So I drove from Starkville to LA with my roommate Barmira, and then I flew from LA to Melbourne. So it was about 50 hours of travel to get home for Christmas to see the family, which was good.
Did you know Jack Ansell?
Yeah, well, I knew of Jack Ansell, like I said before, we know of each other, like the punters and everything, and the first time I met Jack was on my visit, so yeah.
Being part of that field goal operation, that was obviously a kind of point of contention last year. They didn't have the success they wanted there. Was it a big off-season emphasis to for the whole operation to get that kind of turned around?
Yeah, well, we sort of split the reps, me and Bennett. But yeah, we're consistently working on it 2 to 3 times twice a week over the off season. So during the summer after lifts, we come out here and make sure we're getting that down pat, especially with the different holders. It's a bit different for kickers. So we'll we'll continue to work on that through fall camp.
I got to know, since you're Australian, are you an AC/DC fan?
Yeah, AC/DC, Jimmy Barnes, Midnight Oil. There's a few Powderfinger, In Excess, yeah, the big ones. But yeah, all those sort of 80s, 90s rock.
What's your favorite AC/DC album? Don't Let Me Down.
It's got to be, I don't know the album, but I'm going Thunderstruck as a song. You know, it's a pretty big college anthem. Yeah, I like that when it comes on. Yeah.
What's the relationship with Coach Petrilli?
It's been good. So, you know, when I sort of come up here for the visit, you know, he's straight to the point and keeps everything pretty simple in terms of my role and what he wants out of me. And no, he's been good so far. Made my transition really straightforward. So, Coach P's been everything I could ask for.
Anything else? Cool.